Hi and welcome to Snail Baby Tarot. Today I'm doing a reading asking about what your summer solstice will be like. Just looking into any predictions that I can give to you to let you know what's coming. For me personally, I guess not everyone, it's not the summer solstice for everyone, but for me personally this is like the most exciting time of the year because I fucking love summer. So I'm really interested to look into the energy. I always find this time of year really exciting and stimulating. So I just want to get into it. I want to see what comes through for you guys. So I have 3 groups today. I'm using 3 different decks. This is the Cosmic Tarot, the Wonderland Tarot, and the Tarot of the Crone. That's group 1, 2, and 3 in that order. And I'm going to also be getting a card for each group from this deck to help you choose. If you have any intuitive ways of picking groups, now would be a good time to kind of tune in, take a few deep breaths, pull a card, see what number comes up, use a pendulum, like whatever you do to tap into the right energy field. We are getting into it. So can I have a card for group 1? The Cosmic Tarot. Anything that would help people pick that group if it has messages for them. Okay, you got a chakra card, the 5th chakra. Beautiful. So that is group 1. I have a card for group 2. What's happening with the energy for group 2 on the summer solstice? Ooh, another one. Okay. Interesting. So big energy coming through. This is the 7th chakra. There are a lot of planets in retrograde, outer planets. I think Jupiter goes into retrograde right on the solstice. Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, I think it will be going into retrograde in late June. And Mercury goes station or direct, I should say, on the solstice. So there's a change up in terms of energy. Yeah, Tree of Life just popped out. Balancing, I think this is the Justice card. So yeah, there's seems like it's a good time for movement and growth. Everything's waking up. The planet, the plants, and the people. So group 3, and I get a card for group 3. Anything that could help them pick. Let's see if group 3 is the group for them. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful. This is the Priestess card in this deck, Sanctuary. So that is a lovely, beautiful, soft energy. So these are the 3 groups. This is group 1. Here, I'll turn them upside down so you can just take one last look. Group 1, group 2, and group 3. This is, of course, a general reading. So take your time choosing, see which group really resonates with you. If you need some more time to think about it, go ahead and pause the video now. Otherwise, I'll see you in the reading. Hello and welcome if you chose group 1, this 5th chakra energy, or if you were drawn toward the Cosmic Tarot. This is your reading about Summer Solstice 2021. I just saw the Fool and the Princess of Wands flash. So there's a new fiery energy that's definitely in your energy field, let's say, which makes sense for the solstice. These cards are very flashy. I think it seems like, just coming from the cards that have flashed in this first 20 seconds, that something is ending and something is beginning. It's like, it does feel like a transition point, and it's all revolving around how your mindset around something and how you communicate with another person or people in a certain situation. Just going with this being your first card. So I'm going to be drawing cards and we will see if there's any sort of narrative that comes through. Almost don't fit. Okay. You got those? Okay, nice. Alright. Your bottom deck energy is the Eight of Wands. Yeah, so a very big shift happening. It feels like it's something long awaited, but it's almost like you have to initiate it. The energy has to start with you before it can truly launch. Your first card is the Two of Swords in the reverse, so I feel like you've been thinking and mulling over something for a really, really long time. This card's associated with Libra usually, and Librans do have that tendency to be really indecisive, to like go over all the facts, lay them out, and then instead of just being like, okay, well now I see the facts, I'm gonna pick a direction and go with it. It's just saying stuck and reviewing something over and over again. Like it feels like there's something where you need to put in the final word on it, like make a final decision so this energy can be released and just move. And the solstice, leading up to it or on the solstice itself, that's a good time frame for you to really set something into action. Something that you've been thinking about a lot, you've been mulling over, and this isn't like serendipity. This is like something that you've been putting thought and focused into with the fifth chakra as well. I just feel like the message here is just that like there's nothing more to say, now it's time to do. So your next card is the Seven of Cups. First thing that's coming to mind is like, don't let this be a missed opportunity. If you do let this, like whatever this thing you're thinking about, I feel like for some of you, you will regret it if you don't take any sort of action. In other cases, the thing that's keeping you from moving forward is the fact that you are ruminating on lost opportunities. Yeah, there's this, because the Seven of Cups follows the Six of Cups, so there's this like remembering of some lost soulmate connection or some expectation that didn't go fulfilled. Seeing that this cup here is full of worms, so it feels like something has been poisoning your happiness. But again, this is in your mind. This is a mental state. This isn't really representative of physical reality. So far on deck, we have no pentacles. We'll see if that changes. But yeah, I mean, there are other opportunities out here for you, but it's kind of like this person needs to get out of this crouched. It's like, okay, ladies, no more crouching, no more sobbing. That's the vibe here. You have to, you know, stop putting yourself in this position where we're continually ruminating over some past pain. It's not really getting us anywhere. That's the energy that's coming through. Yep, Seven of Swords. Moving on. With these two sevens, this feels like a serious transition point. It's on a internal or spiritual level rather than the fives, which are conflicts or transitions that are more physical, that are more out in the world. This is a transition in your mindset with these two swords cards next to each other. We've tried a lot of different approaches in the past. Weren't necessarily the right ones, and Spirit's kind of indicating that you need to just turn your back on this and move forward. Like this person, absolutely just throw yourself into some new movement, some new energy. This moon being here in this card specifically also tells me that these cards both have the moon on them very prominently, so your intuition is playing a really big part of this, and this reading started off with the Two of Swords reversed, so this lack of intuition. It's like your thoughts are obscuring this truth that's here. And once we sort of, yeah, like move through our thoughts a little bit, the truth, it's like the clouds part and the truth is so apparent. So with these all these planets in retrograde, I feel like they're outer planets, so it's like this really heavy kind of collective energy. Unlike a Mercury retrograde, it's not gonna like be really obvious and like smack you in the face with some kind of horrifying fuck up. Like it's not like your car is gonna break down necessarily, or you're gonna lose internet when you have an assignment due in 2 hours or something. It's not that kind of like disruptive in your face retrograde energy. It's more of a more subtle energy that you can tap into, and it brings a lot of opportunity for introspection, is what I get with this. Okay, so yeah, Judgment. Really, okay, I like this a lot. Actually, this is like waking up. Like these people are like crawling out of the ground, like we see them breaking through the rubble and the earth. And I'm seeing here with this like purple and pink, this is like a higher, you're here at the fifth chakra, and I feel like there's this breaking out into higher levels of consciousness. It's very beautiful. It's very, very powerful, and it feels, this has a really strong rebirth energy. Death was one of the cards that flashed when I was shuffling too. So there's a really, really powerful rebirth energy for the summer solstice. I'm seeing the sun rising. I feel like you've been going through this, you know, this long dark night, and finally we get to the sunrise. This is actually really, really lovely. But it's like, I feel like you need to say goodbye. That's what this card is saying. You need to, like, this final word on the situation, close the door, cash that check, you know what I mean? Like, throw that away, burn that old letter. It's that kind of energy of like, take the money and go, or like, you know what I mean? Like, this doesn't have to be romantic. This obviously has a romantic connotation, but it could be about leaving behind a job, moving to a new city, something you've been, like, a big life shift that you've been avoiding truly thinking about. You've been, like, putting your energy into other things that aren't really worth your emotional and mental energy, but they're sort of more, they call to you more strongly, and so it's easy to distract yourself from this sense of wrongness, or something that needs to be attended to. And so what I'm seeing for the summer solstice is this opportunity to shift your energy to this, like, brilliant, illuminated new state of being. It's very beautiful. Yes, this one. Okay. Ah, the devil. Okay, yeah, this is like something that has had a hold on you for a long time. Yeah, this is like confronting your demons. This this has to do with, like, how you move in the world, your freedom to move in the world. Like, I feel like you've been chained to some idea, some mindset, something that you assumed was for you, or you had to work within a certain channel, you had to work within a certain system. And yeah, and I feel like your soul's wanting to express its individuality in a certain way, because I'm just saying there's so many different little people chained up here, and I feel like this is about being part of this collective energy of buying into certain concepts that we as a society, we've all been brainwashed to believe that we have to live a certain way. Whether it's like believing that we have to eat really, really processed foods, or like we have to get our meat from big factory, like slaughterhouses. I don't know if someone is vegan or something. That kind of energy of, like, we have to be a part of, or we have to, like, be a part of, you know, just a system of exploitation. This almost, yeah, it feels like this spiritual shift, once we, like, say goodbye to something, really changes the way that we move in the world, and helps us, not completely, because there are limitations to this, of course, but somewhat free ourselves from a system that we thought we had to be a part of, that we thought we had to buy into to be successful, to live. Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, we're starting to see this for what it is. Like, there's a growing awareness of what this really is. It's not even about, like literally, like, liberating yourself, like, going off to live in a commune where you only eat, like, fresh produce that you grow yourself. It's more like there's something that you didn't see that was, like, rotten. Like, on some level, like, it's like it bypassed your brain, but, like, it's like you could always smell something off, but you never could smell it strong enough, and then one day it's like, you get this space from a situation, and then when you walk back into it, you realize it smells rancid, and it's been rotten the whole time. You just weren't, like, fully, like, enough in your intuition enough to, like, articulate that to yourself, because there's this denial here with the Two of Swords. Yeah, next we have the Moon, confronting the shadow. This is so interesting. I feel like, again, this moon has been here the whole time. This moon is, like, I'm not getting a bad energy from this moon. I feel like this moon has been guiding you, and it's really, like, I don't get this vibe of, like, some people interpret the moon card as being, like, delusion or deceit. I feel like this is, like, you actually turning and seeing some great intuitive truth within. Like, the moon can have this kind of Piscean energy of being lost in daydreams or possibilities and never really living them, just, like, withdrawing into the internal world where it's safe. But, excuse me. But here, I feel like this moon energy is shifting to where it's, like, becoming really much more intuitive. Yeah, it's getting more, like, I just see that it's starting to be, like, you're just starting to look at the same old things that you always looked at, but you're catching different nuances. You're understanding different, like, it's like being aware of different levels of reality, different currents. It's really interesting. Yeah, and your final card is the Princess of Swords. Okay, yeah, so I'm seeing, like, ultimately this shift that's happening around the summer solstice is, like, has to do with your perception. This isn't about you transcending swords energy, obviously. You started with swords, but they were reversed. So it's kind of like understanding that your mind is your friend, your perception is your friend. Your mind can be your enemy, and it can be something that keeps you stuck in stagnant cycles, or it can be something that where you kind of are programmed to think or believe a certain thing, and then you can't break through the programming. But once you have sort of broken through the programming and understood the ways in which illusions were dominating your life and which certain systems were dominating your life, once we have that understanding, our like intuition and our awareness, it feels like they're coexisting and collaborating with the conscious mind, rather than these two things being at odds. And instead of like your emotional potentials being like sublimated as just fantasy energy, I just see that the vibration kind of rising with this is like energy rising here with the Eight of Wands for sure. But the key thing here is, like, this is like a must-have or a must-do is that, like, there has to be some recognition of ways in which we've deluded ourselves, or diluted ourselves, like we watered ourselves down to try to fit into situations that we were actually too big for, that we were actually meant for something quite different, where we tried to force ourselves to fit a mold that was not us. Yeah, so I just feel like there's this bittersweet energy to the solstice. I feel like overall it's a very good energy, but there is a saying goodbye. There is like a sense of leaving something behind for sure. You know what, I picked up my tarot deck and then I realized that I don't really have any more questions. Like, this energy actually seems very straightforward. It's very, yes, it's very like, it's a leveling up, but I don't think it's something, it's not like a flex energy or anything. I feel like it's a shift that you'll feel within yourself, and people really close to you might notice that your energy has changed. But really the solstice is kind of about like shifting and realigning your energy so you can move forward with the swiftness. Like, it's kind of setting you up for a new beginning, is the vibe. But there's just like this like moon energy that's here, that's, the moon is right here and it's asking you to like look at it, like, what is the grand intuitive truth? It's trying to draw your attention to something that you know isn't a good fit or isn't good for your energy. And then once we kind of address that energy and sort of not even change all the way we're living or what we're doing, but sort of like integrate our own personal truth on a mental level first, we get to this Princess of Swords energy, which is very determined. It's very, very active. It's very, very set up. She's got the sun to her back. Like, she feels like she's in her power. She's got a lot of ideas, a lot of directions, a lot of potentials, and that's kind of like, I feel like your guides are trying to put you in a position where you can move in any direction you want to, like a queen on a chessboard. I know this isn't the queen, but like the feminines in this deck have a very mature energy, even if they're princesses. So yeah, I feel like you're just being set up. She also looks like an 80s businesswoman, like with those bangs. Like, she's just like, she can do it herself. Like, and you just kind of need the information. Like, the information that you need is with you. It just needs to penetrate, is kind of the vibe. Yeah, so that is the reading that I have for you. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely summer solstice, or winter solstice, I guess, depending on where you are. Bye-bye! Welcome if you picked this 7th chakra card, or if you were drawn toward the Wonderland tarot. So we are doing a little check-in. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Cups, 4 of Wands, that's nice. On your summer solstice energy. So just looking at this card so far, I'm getting very good vibes. I'm seeing all these butterflies coming out. To me, I'm just seeing like this cauldron here. It looks like this grandmother spirit is cooking up something beautiful in her cauldron for you. It's like a beautiful transformational energy. I'm also seeing all these hands here, so it feels like there's a lot of hands on deck. Like if you view yourself as having spiritual guides, a spiritual team, I feel like they're definitely guiding you through this transition point. It's a kind of like, it's kind of like a balmy, breezy energy. Like I feel like I'm on a boat floating down a river. It's really relaxed and beautiful. Like you've done some work and now you're reaping the reward. Well, let's see what the tarot says. Okay, so your bottom deck energy is the Two of Coins. So balance and transformation through little works, small works make great big shifts. Yeah, I feel like this summer solstice is not like a crucial point for you. It feels very pleasant, honestly. Like it feels like you've done work and you're reaping rewards right now. It's actually the energy that I get from it. It's a very balanced, slow, and really sweet energy, although this card doesn't really convey that. So the first thing we have is the Ace of Oysters. So yeah, I feel like you've been working, you've been growing. At the very least, either spiritually or just like materially, you've been doing work. You've been putting effort into things, and it's been very slow and steady progress, and you will be reaping rewards and benefits. This Two of Pentacles is going to become the Three of Pentacles very soon. Like this could be someone wanting to collaborate with you. It could be an offer of something related to work or creative projects, or this could be a relationship. It will depend, but there is like an opportunity here of like someone or something being ready to collaborate with you, offering you support, or yeah, some kind of, yeah, I do get a very collaborative energy, honestly. But let's see. Okay. Oh my fucking god. Wow, girl, shut up. So we have the Ace of Coins and the Ace of Cups, and it looks like these two hands are like reaching out to each other. So this is like a mutual. That's the thing. I get the mutual comes to mind. If you've been manifesting something, I feel that for you. I don't want to like, this is like a timed reading, like I'm asking specifically about a certain time frame, the solstice. So like, I would say to definitely stay in this energy and not get too attached to the idea of your manifestation coming into fruition around the summer solstice. But it looks like you're on track, I will say that. This definitely, yeah, I mean, this very, very much, very well could be a romantic situation. Yeah, and it just feels like someone has like the passion and the creativity, and then someone has like the resources and the like I want to say an experience, if this is more of a creative situation. But it feels like you've been doing something on your own. Like you've been playing both sides of, like, if this is a relationship thing, you've been the masculine and the feminine in your own life, and you've been holding it together really well, and you're attracting someone who wants to give to you and wants to collaborate with you. So that's a beautiful energy. We have Judgment in the reverse. Okay, that's interesting. What do I think about that? So I feel like there could have been long delays in this coming. Like the reason maybe you are in this energy that is so balanced and so sort of intuitive and grounded is because you've experienced a lot of frustrations and delays. And it could be why there is such a proud, like happy feeling that I get from this 7th chakra card. Like a guide or someone is really, really happy to finally give this to you. It's been cooking a long time. We just got the 7 of Pentacles coming out. So I feel like you have been calling for something. And it's not that your calls haven't been answered or they've been ignored. It's just that what you were trying to call, first of all, I just shuffle that card back in. But that card always gives me like a weirdly egotistical energy. So it feels like before you maybe got in your own way with impatience or frustration or anxiety. And then also I feel like with that 7 energy, whatever you wanted needed some time to cook. No, I'm not going to read all those. Sorry. Okay, that one. Yeah, the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, what did I say? Your 2 and your Ace. It's going to become a 3. You will have someone to work with, to learn with, to grow with. But you know what? They maybe had to do some learning on their own beforehand before they had this Ace that was really worth your time to offer to you. So yeah, this may be long overdue, but it feels like it's a warm, gushy, it's a good energy. Like I feel like it's worth the wait. Yes, okay, oh my goodness, yeah. So the first thing I want to say is I always want to, with this card is the twin flame card for a lot of people, which is fine, but for me, I always want to emphasize that I think one of the main messages of the 4 of Wands is that you already have everything you need. The 4 of Wands tells you that everything, it's like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz being like, you know, I'm never going to need to look farther than my own backyard. Like, it's that feeling of like everything you have is within your community, within your world. Even if physically there's lack, energetically, it's all there. It's all within your own backyard. So that's something to keep in mind when you're trying to manifest or draw in new opportunities, which it feels like you clearly are. But just to remember that you have everything you need right now. There is a community, a place for you. Maybe I just thought of the Lana Del Rey song Grandma, Blue Ribbon Sparkle Trailer, where she says, Grandma says, oh my God. Grandma says the flags are waving for me. Grandma says that somewhere out there, there's a good man waiting for me. But also, there's nothing to wait for. It's just like, just to keep your vibration high, focus on everything that you do have, everything that you are destined for, and everything you desire is already within your energy field. It's not out there. It's not like you have to call it home. It is home, it's here, it's now. So this is like, for me, this is a card about staying grounded and present and having appreciation for the beauty that's physically present in your life. So that's my little thing. Okay. The Empress. I love this. This is queen shit. Oh my God. Yeah, I feel like, again, you have everything. You're this, if you do identify as a feminine person, you are like living that divine feminine energy. If you don't feel like this resonates, you're being called to really express your divine feminine, your abundance, your creativity. Yeah, all the love and nourishment in the world. Give that to yourself. Nurture your environment, and really, I'm just getting a strong family vibe too with this 4 of Wands, like to really, like with the summer solstice, spend time with your family, with your loved ones. Take opportunities to do that, whether it's just like a summer barbecue, or if there's any holidays or birthdays you celebrate. I don't know, it feels like there's not many summer holidays, at least in America. We have like the 4th of July and Juneteenth, and that's like all I know of. But yeah, I don't know, in other countries there could be tons of summer holidays. So, you know, it's that, like, look for those opportunities to like, nourish your community connections, your family connections, your friendship connections. Do a river float. Oh my gosh, she's in a boat on a river. Yes. Okay, do a river float. That's because I was thinking about floating on a river earlier too. Like that's the summer vibe, if it's summer where you are. Like, yeah, that's a good way to be in nature, because it feels like there's this beautiful, warm, flowing energy for you. And I think your spirit guides want you to do things that will make you feel happy and relaxed, because that is helping you be more of an abundant manifestation creator. And when you're in that really good vibration, you're just naturally, you're high and fly, you know? Okay, Magician. Oh my God. So you have here the active masculine and the active feminine energies. So first of all, you do have a strong creative energy, and you can create both in, let's say, the quote-unquote masculine way and the quote-unquote feminine way. Both of these energies are super, super active and abundant. They're involved in the world in different ways, but they both are kind of just like moving through, exploring, creating. They're fun, they're playful, they're fresh. Yeah. So this is your sign, if you needed one, to like Seek out opportunities for fun and play. This magician is super, super playful, very creative as well. This is Lewis Carroll on the card. So if you do have any creative pursuits you really enjoy, it'd be a good time to like set aside some time for you to do that. Do art with friends maybe, roller skate with your friend. I would always think of roller skating as like, as my example, but like that kind of thing. Yeah, like, it's, yeah, play. There's this playful energy. That's what your guides want for you for the solstice. Because it feels like you work really hard, you put in the effort, and part of that is not just like making sure that you're like running shit in your household well, or that you're like on top of what needs to get done for work or for school. That's just one half of the equation. The other half is making sure that you're nourishing the sweet, playful, loving side of yourself through your community connections, your family, your loved ones, that kind of thing. So that you have, I mean, these are great summer vibes. This is like the ideal summer, really, so far. And your final card is the Lovers. Fuck off. That's crazy. So yeah, I mean, this is like big love reading vibes. I don't resonate with the twin flame journey, but like if you do, these are literally twins. They're twins. This is just to me like having a best friend, a partner in crime, more so than anything else though. This is like having your people, the place where you belong. Definitely family too. Yeah, it just feels like there's all this yellow on the cards too, so it just feels really bright and bold and playful. Spirit is asking you to really believe in yourself, express your happiness and joy and confidence, because I feel like that puts you in a really attractive energy. More than anything, there's an incredibly attractive energy here. This is just super high vibration. And yeah, it's warm and gushy and right. It feels really right. So those are like the summer solstice predictions that I have for you. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a wonderful summer. It's a very collaborative energy. It's an energy of being with people we love and appreciate and really resonate with. And yeah, just being really active and exploratory and excited. So congratulations. I hope that resonated. I'm claiming this for you. Honestly, this is fucking great. If you watch this, you better claim the hell out of it, because this is the best vibe. Honestly, it's awesome. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hiya and welcome. If you chose group 3, this High Priestess card, Sanctuary. So your summer solstice is interesting. I do, with this spiral that's at the bottom of this card, feel like you're kind of going through a couple of different phases, and there's like this unraveling energy that's coming through. It does feel like something's unraveling. Might as well show you the bottom of the card. I see the snake down here as well. Like, I feel like something is shedding its skin almost. It's a mixed vibe, but there is a sense of needing shelter from something. With the word sanctuary, I get the feeling of being kind of overwhelmed by something. But that's just what I pull from this one card. Let's see what else is out there for group 3's summer solstice vibe. That shit's still in frame. Is that in frame? A little bit. These cards are so damn big. Alright, well, we'll work it out. It's okay. This is how I want it to look. So your bottom deck energy is the Witch of Swords. That is very interesting. So there is a sense of conflict. There's a sense of defensiveness, actually, is kind of what I get with this. It is a mixed energy. Like, there's something with this spiral, there's something that feels really good or really calls to us, but also it feels like it's triggering some fears of vulnerability. Yeah, I'm just really this does kind of feel like it could be a love relationship that's like moving too fast or is overwhelming. I get a strong feeling of intimacy. This has to do with intimate relationships, learning and growing with that snake. So the first card we have is the Nine of Swords. So yeah, this is almost like needing to prove ourselves, or someone needing to prove themselves to us. Again, with this cloaked figure, this is feeling of hiding, of withdrawing to contemplate and understand an energy. Both these people are seated in a way that makes me think of meditation, this need for introspection, good God. To really, yeah, the word unravel keeps coming to mind, to like unravel a situation, to fully understand it, because it feels like there's something triggering here. I know that with this solstice, a lot of planets are in retrograde or will be entering. I know Pluto and Saturn are in retrograde, and I think Jupiter will retrograde like right on the solstice, and Neptune and Chiron not very long after. So there is this really strong pull toward introspective energy, and it's much more on an intuitive level. With the High Priestess here, this is like something that has to do more with inner growth and self-work and being able to listen to our intuition. The next card is the Two of Six. Yeah, so I feel like there's a withdraw so we can understand something, so we can really think something through and then enter into a partnership and be in a space where we can trust and collaborate with another person. There's a strong feeling of being threatened with this Witch of Swords. It's almost like we cut something off too soon because it's so like emotionally powerful or triggering that it's like we have to cut it off or we have to withdraw to rethink the situation. So it's kind of up to you. You will know if you experience this energy because it is going to be very challenging or threatening, or it's going to bring up some old past relationship. And with the Nine of Swords, it's almost like we're being called to close out a certain cycle in our thought patterns, in our mental world, a pattern, a behavioral pattern that has kind of gone unchecked for a long time, that's impeded intimacy in relationships. Yeah, okay. So the Eight of Wands, I feel like you're being called, yeah, to step up. Whatever this relationship is, and it does really feel explicitly like a very close relationship, or either family, friends, or a lover, but this is happening on a relational level, and there's like this need to kind of come into your power. With this fear of vulnerability, I feel like what is being challenged in your mind is you're being asked to actually recognize how powerful you are. Like, the situation feels threatening because you don't, how do I say this? It's like you don't realize, like, I guess what I'm thinking is that, like, on the face of it, immediately this situation feels like a disaster. There's this fear of something going wrong, that it'll be really destructive. But not only do I not feel like the situation really is going to go wrong, I also feel like if it did, you're actually much stronger than you realize. Like, you have an inner reserve that you haven't even begun to tap. Like, you're just starting to come into that, into your own power. And so I feel like you're being challenged, like, if you believe in, like, your spirit guides setting up challenges for your growth, I feel like this is specifically something that is challenging you to really recognize your own power, recognize all you can be and all you can do, all you can give to others, and by extension, all you can give to the world. Because there's this need to, like, let go of the mask, lay down your weapons, and instead of using your thoughts as a barricade to protect you, instead kind of rise above them. I'm seeing this incredibly zen sort of figure balanced on these sword points. It's like, it's a self-reflection energy that's really coming through. That's what you're being called to do. Yeah, with the Four of Wands, again, stepping into personal power, you create your reality, you create your own world. You are within your sphere of power, within your situation. It's up to your mindset whether or not you can recognize that. This other person, whoever they are, I feel like they do value you, and they want to collaborate with you on some level in the physical with this Two of Discs. They want a partnership. You can hold yourself apart, or you can build something with them, but I feel like it's up to you. You have the power here. Yeah, you just have to, again, lay down your weapons. Okay. Ah! 10 of Cups. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, yeah, so you can create something really beautiful in this situation. It's both like the culmination of something and the start of something new. It's like this, it just begets more and more and more. The more you like open yourself to it, the deeper it goes. Is kind of the energy. I'm just seeing all stars on stars on stars on stars. If this is like a sexual relationship, it seems very, very fulfilling, especially like I'm seeing on a sexual level. And that could be why you're running away here, because it is sometimes when you like someone and you like them too fast or you fall too hard, your first impulse is to run away and hide. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting there. But like if you come back and you choose to like, this could be like needing to make healthy boundaries before we come back, like instead of like putting up walls in terms of being really hostile or defensive or using our words in a harmful way, instead to work with our energy to like create healthy boundaries around ourselves that are fluid and flexible and still allow other people in, but don't make us feel like we're compromising our integrity or compromising our safety or comfort. Maybe comfort a little bit of compromise on comfort, but definitely not compromising feelings of safety. And once we do that, it's like they're able to like walk within our world, and there's this really, really intense, vibrant, and vibey energy that's very passionate and romantic. The Three of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you can go this is the card of magic, creation. It's the energy going in all these different directions. It's up to you where you want to take it, but it feels like there's this kundalini energy. You have snakes here and snakes here, so it's like it's almost like self-knowledge begets self-knowledge, and like the more you like start to come into your power, start to understand your triggers and find ways to deal with them in a way that's healthy, creating healthy, safe boundaries, but still being open and flexible toward relationships. This energy just kind of begets more energy like that. Like it picks up momentum. It's like it just gets warmer and warmer. Yeah, and it's just like there's a lot of Wands energy here. So this is about your sense of personal power, your sense of whether or not you feel anxious and like you need to defend yourself, or whether or not you feel secure in who you are as a person and secure in allowing yourself to be vulnerable around others. And once we experiment with that more and get more into that, there are definite, really strong rewards coming through here. Like it feels very, very much so worth it. I feel like not only is this like within a relationship, there's this sense of union and creation and adoration and just feeling very loved up. If this isn't a romantic situation, then I'm sorry, but it's very, very like, it's a sense of incredible closeness. But once we get to that, it's like also you bring that energy back with you, almost like within your personal life, separate from this other person. Your vibration raises, and what you can do on your own, like you reach a higher level as well. And it feels like someone who's like really here for you, for your growth, for your happiness, for your well-being. Temperance reversed. Interesting. So I feel like with this final card, what's being indicated is that like you can be a very controlled person. Yes, we started out with these swords cards and we moved into fire, and like it does feel like you veer more towards the swords, the ice side of it. You do veer more towards control, more towards boundaries, and I feel like it's like you're free to like move. You're free to move freely. With this person, it feels like there aren't boundaries. It feels like you can play and experiment in any direction. Like you have a strong sense of boundaries with this showing up and this showing up, a strong sense of self-protection. But with this Three of Wands like bursting out, it just feels like it's like I mean, it's not a bad thing. What I'm getting with this temperance is that, like, you walk a very fine line and you're very good at it, but, like, you're being asked to leave your comfort zone and be a little bit messy. The energy in the beginning was very, like, holding oneself apart, being guarded, and so you're kind of being asked to, like, let go with this Ten of Cups. This card, like, really evokes an orgasm. And so there's that sense of, like, just being in that state of losing your sense of control, losing your sense of needing to be a certain way or perform something or protect something, or just like pure expansive energy with the Three of Wands. Just that sense of allowing yourself to feel free, and not worrying too much about what the other person thinks. You may be like a very anxious person, and I feel like there's a sense that, like, this disorderly temperance energy is almost like unthinkable, like it's just not who you are, not the way you operate. But I feel like this relationship takes you out of that comfort zone in a really, really good way. Like, it expands and challenges your sense of who you are and what you can be in the world, and all that is very, very big energy. I wasn't really expecting that, but that's kind of the summer solstice vibe. There's this opportunity for expansion within a personal relationship, and it's not necessarily something you expect, or it's not necessarily something that you're open to. Like, I don't see you necessarily manifesting this. If you are manifesting this, it feels like your conscious mind has been working against you somewhat, has been challenging that or limiting that possibility. But it feels like this person comes to you, like, with an offer, and it's kind of up to you to, like, open yourself up to that, to explore that, and you're being asked to really step up, to really find another level, honestly, within yourself, within what you're capable of, and challenge how you normally do things. This is about reaching new levels. It's about starting new cycles as well with this snake, shedding the skin of an old cycle, or even cutting away something old, to discover a new part of it feels like you've been, carrying something around that you don't need to carry anymore. You can be lighter than that with this fiery energy. You can travel lighter. And I feel like, there's a person in your world who's here to help you do that. That's kind of what their purpose in your life is right now. And it's up to you. You are the one who decides whether or not to take this opportunity. It's really up to you. And what's being offered to you is a chance for, I see pleasure and joy with these cards, and expansion and moving past self-imposed boundaries or a need to control, or always keep things at just the right level and never pushing too far past it. I feel like you're being asked to push past, expand outward more. And you'll know if this applies to you with the Priestess card here once you really start to check in with yourself and ask yourself, like, is this fear or anxiety? Is this defensiveness, or is this my ego, or is this really truly what my soul wants from me? And really trying to, like, understand why these defensive reactions are triggered, and then trying to move past energies that are not, that are boundaries that don't serve your growth. They don't really protect you. It's like they're protecting you from growth at this point. If you choose to move past that and renegotiate your own boundaries within your own energy field, a lot of new energy can come in and help bolster you and bring a lot of fun and joy, honestly. This could be a great summer, but it's like you can't run away from it. It's kind of the vibe. Like, you gotta walk into the belly of the beast, take a risk, don't be so tempered. Yeah, and I feel like this person's energy doesn't come through that much just in this card, but there's, like, this really grounding, steady, trustworthy energy that comes in with the Two of Discs. Like, this is not a bad deal. This is a bargain. But we gotta not hide from it. Gotta let it in. So that is the summer solstice energy check-in that I have for you. I hope that resonated. If it didn't, feel free to not take any of it to heart if you really felt like that was not you, if it was not correct. This is, of course, a collective reading. I just forgot the word collective. Wow. This is a collective reading, so, you know, I don't want to make anyone feel like they have to do things they're not comfortable with, do things that they're afraid of. There's, you know, there's no, it's not like this is the only time in your life you'll ever get this opportunity. So, like, again, don't feel like you have to push yourself past your own boundaries if it really feels wrong with your intuition. Like, you are the one who knows what's right for you and when you should make a change or a shift. So if it feels right, feel free to take the messages on board, and if not, thank you for watching anyway, and I hope you have a lovely solstice. Bye bye.